I want to make something abundantly clear to all of you. We are at the end of the year. So it's about that time where everybody starts saying, can we leave this in 2025? Can we leave that in 2025? And we never really do. It just gets a new little shiny speck on it so that we could see it again in 2026. But if I were to request anything be left in 2025, it's the random benign expectation to see other people not in areas that bring you any form of comfort, pleasure, or just overall leisure when you're out in public. Because why are people crying and moaning about white people at Asian markets?
I really am a nice person, but I can't stop myself from giving snark to the white people at Asian grocery stores. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I can't stop doing it. Like, I just side eye every time I see you there. What are you doing here? And like, arguably I could be in the right if they're like, you know, taking up space loudly in the way, but I do it even when they're not. I do it when I just see you down the aisle way picking out like your pre-made sushi. I'm over there like, and I know I'm wrong for it because like, especially if it's a small mom and pop grocery store, which I just got back from, like, go support them. Go support them. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just a bitch. I'm just a bitch. I'm a really nice girl, but I'm also a bitch. And I saw this one girl who was in the grocery store. She was like down the way with like blonde hair and she's like looking at the packets or whatever. I give her this side eye. I'm looking at her. I see her giving me side eye back. She's like at me. I was like, and I know I don't look super Asian, but I'm like, I'm literally supposed to be here. I'm buying the foods that I grew up eating right now. And then she came closer and closer. And I saw this moment as we're both side-eyeing each other, where we both got closer and closer and closer, meeting in the middle of the aisle. And we both realized that the other person is Wasian. We both realized that we're Wasian. We both were like, and then we smiled and we walked away. It was almost Wasian on Wasian crime. But I think she was doing the same thing I was doing, giving me the little like, what are you doing here? Which is valid, but also white people keep going to Asian grocery stores, keep supporting small businesses. But I do hate it when white people come in there and they're like, oh my God, I've seen this on TikTok, and their kids are running around amok, like making a disaster for people that are just like buying their regular weekly groceries. I do hate that, but like, most of this is on me, and I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry.
Why are there Asian people saying that they don't really have a problem with it, and then other Asians are saying that and saying you're betraying the Asian people?
I feel like Asian people seeking white validation really stems from us growing up really just trying to get validation. I didn't grow up in the West. I lived in China until I'm 26 and then moved out. So I'm coming from a Chinese person's perspective. A lot of us grew up with the parents who will tell you if you're not the best, you're nothing. And you're constantly compared with other people's children, how they're better than you this way or that way. Even when you have achievement, they will tell you to not be too proud because nobody likes arrogance. And Asian culture values humbleness. It's very common that if you talk to a Chinese person and ask them if you're good at something, they will be fake humble and say, oh, I'm not that good. I only know how to do it. Only know the basic things. And then turns out they have been doing it for over 10 years and they have won awards for it. It's education, it's cultural, it's a lot of things. We tend to put ourselves in a lower position. And when someone comes in really confident and taking charge, we kind of want validation from them.
Dear Asian people, please stop being so racist and anti-Black all the time. When we seek white acceptance, we're being anti-Black. You know what Black people are saying about the whole H-Mart controversy? They're sitting this one out. They're eating popcorn and watching us because they're tired of helping us. Black people have been saying this shit for years. Everyone, including Asian people, have been appropriating Black culture far longer and more insidiously than any other group. How are we going to expect Black people to be in solidarity with us when we're still so anti-Black and crave proximity to whiteness? Asians are where we are today because Black and Indigenous people fought for our civil rights, yet y'all still want a seat at the white people's table. Asians are still doing shit like feeding into the model minority myth, and a lot of y'all are still obsessed with chasing after wealth or prestige using the same systems that have exploited Black people for generations. And just because you went to a good school, landed a corporate job, or assimilated into white culture doesn't mean you can become politically apathetic and throw under the bus all the Black activists and organizers who have fought tirelessly so you can enjoy the rights that you have today. Asians, please stop being so complicit in white supremacy. It's embarrassing. If we want to advance Asian American rights, we have to fight against white supremacy alongside black and brown people.
Why are Asians tying black people to it? I have no idea, but I really wish we could stop and leave this type of stupidity in 2025. We won't, but I wish we would. And why do I wish we would? Is because it's really not productive in any given form of manner. Because when you step outside and you go to the store, you go to an event, and you probably have it in your mind that you're only going to see one group of people there, and you see another group, and you start having a little bit of negative reaction, you, my darling, might be a little bit of a racist. Oh, but a POC, a person of color, can't be racist because they don't have the structural fortitude to do so. Shut the fuck up. You only need two things to be racist: the thought and the action behind said thought. And when you mix those together, congratulations, you have arrived at what it means to be a human in America. And let's just play the game. Replace an Asian with a white and replace the white with an Asian, and a white person gets on camera and says, oh, I want to go to Target, and I was at Target, and I'm enjoying my time at Target. Then I saw those yellow people, and I was very much displeased at what I was seeing, and I'm side-eyeing, and at the same time, it's okay that they're there because they're buying products, so that makes it perfectly fine for them to be there, because when you're there buying things, it's perfectly fine. Oh, great. You realize you spend so much time being just like the people you're critiquing, because you talk about how white supremacy is bad, racist white people this, racist white people that. You would think it would be in your best interest not to be just like those evil racist white people, right? You would think you would want people to come into local stores, grocery stores, mom and pop shops and purchase things because they either need them or they like them and they want to spend money on it, right? It's a good thing. So I'm not really understanding why people who have no financial stock in companies are voicing their frustrations with people going into stores and doing the exact same thing that they're doing, which is buying said products that they need in their daily lives. What is a white person doing at an Asian market? The same thing a black person is doing at JCPenney, shopping, buying things, and walking out with the things that they purchased. And having this little weird fixation, makes you just like those evil white people that you're probably never gonna beat, because that supremacy is always gonna seep down into your neck. Can we please, I'll get on my knees for it, I'll beg for it, I'll do a little something strange for it. Can we please leave this stupid ass rhetoric in 2025 so that I can make fun of some other shit? Because I'm tired of making fun of all these people who want to try to be white, but at the same time hate white people, but also want to have a little bit of supremacy where they sit there and kowtow and try to explain away their hatred is valid while anyone else's hatred towards them is not valid. Can we please?
Side-eyeing all white people at Asian grocery stores. All this H-Mart gate drama is going way out of proportion. As a former H-Mart employee, I saw all and every type of situation when it comes to racist, unruly customers. White people coming in, black people coming in, Mexican people coming in, all sorts of people coming in making fun of Korean food and Korean culture. My job at H-Mart was to handle all the deliveries, invoices, office work stuff, but also part of the job was to look at the CCTV and see if anyone's stealing stuff or being unruly. Kicking out those people was part of my job too, and yes, there is an office back there in case you didn't know. So I get the fact that Madeline, the Asian lady right here, who originally talked about the side-eyeing, I understand there are people like that at Asian grocery stores. But the question is, does one white person represent millions of white Americans, millions of white Europeans? Okay, maybe it's not one person, maybe it's several groups of people, but still, do they represent all? So I think it's fair to be cautious, but do you want to alienate all people because of that? And because of that part of the argument, a lot of big content creators made a reaction video, and all the haters are flooding into Madeline's content, being a hater. I think both situations can be true. Yes, I think it's wrong to overgeneralize like that and be overly cautious, but at the same time, there is a reason why Asian people are like this. So I know this is difficult, internet, because y'all love black and white, but there's some gray area right here. Yes, overgeneralizing is bad, but yes, it's also possible that one or two white people can ruin it all for all white people. So the level of hatred, I think, is way out of proportion because y'all are lacking empathy, to be honest. But also the question is, does one represent all? Most rational people would answer that as no. And in case someone like this guy wants to call me a white pander, you clearly did not watch my other video.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That smells gonna make me throw up.
Where I literally say someone like her can definitely ruin it all for all white people. Let's not go into extremes, ladies and gentlemen. The real question is, why is grocery so expensive? Why is it so expensive just to breathe and exist? That's the real question.
Do that for me, just for me, because I'm a simple soul. I don't ask for too much, except for you to like and subscribe. But other than that, can we please? Just for me. Goodbye.